Oh, he's here, all right. Here to get violated. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I moved into Zeus! Have it on me. And keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact. I'm sorry, I don't know why. I literally, like, fun fact, I actually haven't played a single God of War game. Like, it's not a thing I've done. I own two of them. I own God of War 4, and, well, technically just God of War for PS4, and God of War Ragnarok. I own them. I own them both. Have not played either of them. And I especially have not played the original trilogy, but I've gotten so used to hearing Zeus that now it comes out commonly. I accidentally Zeused in my professional place of work. Like, it was just a moment where something happened, and I was like, Zeus! How dare you do this to me? And my boss looked at me and was like, why? And I was like, oh, well, it's a reference, don't worry. The coworkers my age got it. But I was like, sorry, it was habit. But unfortunately, we're not here to talk about Zeus. You know, speak live. Speak every week. My apologies. Your boy, you may even be able to hear it still. I still don't feel too well. I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. But, like, literally right as I got back from where I was gone to, like I said, and I've been nasally, I've been crowded, I've been rough. So if I do sound a little bit more nasally, bada bing, bada boom, that's why. If you're wondering why the camera quality is different, why the angle's a little bit different, why I'm still kind of confused, I actually did finally go out and get, like, a different camera, so I don't have to keep relying on my cellular device. Because it's sort of been backpacking your boy in his productions as my base camera. Obviously, you can tell by the different angle and this and the blurriness of it. I'm still figuring stuff out, but I need to get a video out. It's been like half a month. I need to record a bunch of videos. So, like, I also had to, like, factory reset my entire computer. I got malwared. I had to reset the whole thing. So I lost a bunch of stuff. I am back at square one, essentially. So we're going to be experimenting. Hopefully this camera isn't too bad. It's supposed to be 60 FPS and all that. So I'm hoping the frames look right. I'm hoping I don't lag. The main thing I was worried about whenever I was using my cellular devices was that it would always start lagging randomly. Hopefully this doesn't lag. It's directly linked to the computer. It should be pretty high quality. Hopefully, let's see. But regardless, all that aside, here we are. Blue Lock, chapter 314.2, or part 2. And obviously I'm going to review 315. This is going to be a dual review because there are only 7 days of the week. And I got like 6 series to catch up on. Freerun dropped. I'm just going to I'm going to wait until next week to review that one so I can have a double review for that one as well. Because Freerun doesn't do too well on the channel. But all that aside, I've heard things. Obviously, being in the ether for 2 weeks, I've naturally heard things about these chapters. And if a fraction of what I heard is true, I want every single person who ever said Nigeria stood a chance in this game to do a backflip. Do a backflip right now. If you even, especially if you still believe, if what I've heard is true, Nigeria is so cooked, they might as well be flambéed. They were flash fried, and it's not even 5 chapters deep yet. But let's not waste more time. Let's hop right in chapter 314, part 2. Core, part 2. Let's see. What voice did I give? Man, it's been so long since I recorded. I didn't record TikToks later too. Well, let's see. I know your direct shot is bad news, Yoichi Saki, but that's okay. I'm here. That again, you one-trick pony. Woo! Why do I have my headphones on? I'm not recording a live react. It's because I was testing the audio. Once again, I had to reset up OBS. Like, when I tell you I had to factory reset my computer, I had to factory reset everything. Like, I after recording this and the videos I plan to record after this, I need to, like, re-upload the intro. I need to re-upload the like. There's so many things I need to do. But with it being the case, all that being the case, what I tell y'all, dog, Usagi's got his number, dog. He really completed the catchphrase for him. He said, "You're here, right?" Yeah. Just kidding. It's just as I expected. Bloody. I'm here. That again, you one-trick pony. Huh? Onazi! But, like, here's the thing that saddens me about this isn't just the fact that obviously I believe Nigeria is going to be cooked. They're the super jobbers, kings of Africa, my left big toe. But it makes me sad because this just implies that Africa's not comp at all, dog. You mean to tell me you're shocked that everyone figured out that you, Onazi, are the core of the team? Oh no, the guy who's finished the offense and the defense and the offense and the shock horror, Onazi. I bet their best players would probably know that you're gonna be there. Let's see. Huh? Oh! Okay! Oh no! Oh no! What he was? Oh no! I had to stop to the Sagi opening. Is he actually going to lock down Onazi? They're actually, obviously, the character parallels between these two are obvious, if you can tell by their overlapping design and stuff like that. And obviously, their positions on their respective teams being like the hearts of their respective teams. But I was not expecting Onazi to be just baited into Isagi, but Isagi himself isn't going to make the play. Okay, let's see. Your best weapon is your ability to appear anywhere to help with offense or defense, using your unlimited mobility. Huh. By mobility doesn't mean stamina or just like tops. Like obviously Onazi does seem to be the speedster archetype. Like that man did basically teleport. Like let's not play these games. Like he basically teleported. But actually, I wasn't expecting it to be unlimited mobility. Is he like a Raichi-esque character? Does he just not get tired? Like it's only 2 minutes into the match, right? Like the match is barely started, so maybe he's not sweating just yet. But like, is he really expected to do this for the entire game? Just like back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. I mean, obviously, I know that's like a big part of soccer. It's why I could never play it, because golly, like that much running would actually make your boy explode. But actually, it's pretty crap. Like if he doesn't just have like high technical skills, but he also just has unlimited stamina. He's like Raichi on steroids. Obviously, not as successful as Raichi. Well, successful in different ways, right? But interesting. Let's see. Using your unlimited mobility, trapping, shooting, jumping. Ugh. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me see something. No, that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. That did not work. Code Red, that did not work. All right, let's see. Trapping, shooting, jumping. Your high basic specs let you run freely all over the field, and that keeps the Nigerian team invigorated. To put it another way, you're useless if you get locked out. But let's see. Interesting though. He says your high basic specs. He's like you're good, but he didn't even say like you have top. Well, obviously, you know, I'm a power scaler, so I think in top tier, high tier, mid tier, and stuff like that. But like notably, if Isagi just thinks he has high tier stats, then Onazi really isn't a threat. Like the big issue with the English League is how it kind of has made every other team have to be sort of super duper crazy power crept, like a France level power crept for me to believe they're a threat to Blue Lock, because they were playing alongside new Gen 11 members, playing and in some cases matching or even outdoing them. Like as much as a Kaiser Creamer as I am, and I do think he still ultimately is a better player overall than Rin and Isagi. Rin and Isagi were comp to Kaiser, you know, a world class new Gen 111 player, right? Like characters like Hiyori were outdoing Lorenzo. This is a thing that has kind of been happening. And then they got buffs. So now like the rest of the world does have to be kind of demons. But obviously, like I've been saying in all the discussions I've had about Nigeria, I just smell them being jobbers. Because we can't have them really be a threat if they ain't got no new Gen 11 members, if they ain't got like anything relevant. That's the thing. My main thing that comes to mind is the new Gen 11, right? Because they're like the state, they're like the top tier of the U20. So Nigeria has none of that, and Onazi is only high tier with certain things. He's not a top tier in anything except for possibly his stamina. If we go with mobility meaning stamina in this case, Nigeria is fried because almost literally every single person on the pitch right now has at least done something in the same realm as a new Gen 111 member. They've been comp in some way, shape, or form. We have no bums on the pitch right now. Like Rayo. No, literally. Even Aryu and Nico were playing alongside and got tutelage from a new Gen 111. Like, genuinely, Nigeria, you may be good. Let's see. Well, maybe they are. Let's see. To put it another way. Okay, let me tell you why. I heard Bachira scored. All right, like that's the main thing I heard. I heard Bachira scored. And if that's the case, Bachira getting an opening goal, the goal to start off the U20. Yeah. I know there's going to be a certain subsect of fans who are furious. I know a particular Baro fan, I know a particular Shido fan in my personal life who are probably fuming. I specifically told all my friends, don't spoil me, but I've seen discussion. Like I can't help it. I live on the internet. Shock horror. Even when I'm not recording, I'm just looking for stuff, the base videos on. Show me. Alright, show me. Let's see. Am I lagging? No, I'm not. Good. Let's see. No, I'm so sorry, but you can tell I'm still super duper nasally. Actually, speaking is helping me loosen up the nasal cavity, but I can hear it myself, and I know editing me is going to be super duper annoying, because he'll be able to hear it too. Let's see. If we don't let you touch the ball, waha! Your team is dead in the water. Yeah, that's the thing! And they beat all of Africa with this? Like, how much, like, especially we know, 7.0, I believe it was Morocco and Egypt, both had new General 11 members. Obviously, they aren't going to be relevant. But, like, is Nigeria truly the kings of Africa? Is Africa that washed in this universe? Like, I know, like, Africa... Well, once again, I cannot think. Outside of the U17 teams, where apparently Nigeria's gone absolutely bonkers. I can't think of anything in our universe that necessarily made Nigeria, or not even just Nigeria, but Africa, like, super crazy calm. Like, hold on. In fact, I already know I'm going to look up the U20 and then the real World Cuppy Wuppies. Hold on, bruh. Has a team from Africa, not even Nigeria, has a team from Africa ever won the World Cup? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so no, well, this is the AI overview, and I don't really like to trust AI. But, let me see, has any Africa team... Nope. I'm not seeing anything, but I'll trust the AI overview for this once. But no, an African team has never won the senior men's FIFA World Cup. Let me see the U20. Where's the U? Then the dash. Then the 20. Okay. There we go. So yes, the team from Africa has won the FIFA U20 World Cup. Ghana was the first and to date only African nation to ever win this, in 2009, defeating Brazil in the final. Okay, so there is at least one win from Ghana, which hurts because I'm Nigeria, but still, yeah, I guess Africa isn't comp in or out of universe. Because if this is the best Africa has to offer, right? They were called the kings of Africa, which at least to me implies that the rest of the world, or at least the rest of Africa, isn't really comp. Dog. How fun is Africa in this universe? I know. Realistically, it's not even that Nigeria or Africa itself is buns. It's just that Blue Lock is cracked. Like I've seen a lot of people, even still, especially the people who want Nigeria to at least put up a good fight, and especially those who want Nigeria to win. There's a shocking amount of them. Like not even Thai, which I can squint my eyes really hard at and like shrug slightly to see a Thai, even though I really don't want that. People want Nigeria to win. Under the assumption that Blue Lock is still some fodder buns unproven group, like they didn't just go through the entire Neo-Aegis League. Like what? I genuinely. So technically, Nigeria is not buns. Africa's not buns as a whole in this universe, in our universe. It's just that the world is kind of cracked, and in this universe, Japan is super cracked. Let's see. Your team is in the water. Onazi? Kuso? I see it! Let's see. It's not as if all of Blue Lock is adapted to us. Every switch between offense and defense, and to keep the ball away from Onazi, starts with Yoichi Isagi. Ah, interesting. And we know that does actually fit into the endpoint of Neo-Aegis League Isagi, and specifically Isagi's training. Notably, Isagi's training over the 2-week period was very specifically to go to all these different matches and study the turning points, the major points, who was there and what was there. And we know in the end of the Neo-Aegis League, or not even just that, but also the tape he had to review, was very specifically a compilation of turning points in matches. So ultimately, Isagi being the turning point in each match, specifically for offense and defense, very similar to Onazi now I think about it, does make sense, because that's kind of what he was training for, or what he was training for. And the other way this makes sense is, remember, a big part of the Neo-Aegis League, and I think it actually, was it the PXG game? Was it PXG? Gosh darn it literally just ended, but like I feel like I need to reread all the Neo-Aegis League again. But the fastest piece, essentially, Isagi using Metavision to be at that point before anybody else by mixing just base Metavision, protagonism, understanding of the levels of protagonism, like all that was very specifically built so Isagi could understand where's the center point in the field, how can I get to the center point of the field, here's how I get to the center point of the field. So like all of that is very much built to have Isagi be that point. But ultimately, I think if Nigeria is going to make any mistake here, it's going to be assuming that that Japan operates like they do and needs to rely only on Isagi. When ultimately, as much as I love Isagi, he's not a solo carry type character just yet. He's a good facilitator. He's still a crazy striker. Don't sleep. The two-spagooter volley still goes crazy. But like, you got a whole team of demons. Heaven forbid Rin locks in. I know he had that Predator Eye flow moment like literally 2 chapters ago, but I mean locks in, and goes destroyer mode for no reason, which we know he can just flicker on and off at will. So Rin alone probably gives Nigeria back shots, to be completely honest. And that's not talking of Rayo, of now Bachira. Like there's so many other characters though. He can read a situation and instantly formulate plans, and the ones who quickly fill in the missing pieces are the two brainiacs in the midfield. Ah, interesting, highlighting Rayo and Karasu, two other Metavision users. They're notably not the only Metavision users, but I guess he points out the ones in the midfield, and notably the other 3 Metavision users technically aren't in the midfield. Because it is those 2, plus Isagi, which makes 3, and then it is Nico, Hiyori, and Aiku, who are the last 3 Metavision users. And they're technically all in the back line. Obviously, Hiyori is a left back, so like that does not matter. In fact, there was this, is it Roberto Carlos? I saw one left back guy. Because I've been consuming so much football content through Blue Lock, I've been getting like clips of this one like defender who like scored 1 million goals. Like, I don't know, he looked like a monster. I think his name was Roberto Carlos. Like, that man was a David. So obviously being a left back does not mean much. But I get why he specifically highlights Rayo and Karasu, because not only were they to go with Isagi, like in this instance right here was Rayo, and obviously it was Karasu who intercepted the pass here. In the midfield, makes sense that Kusa was focusing on that, especially considering he himself is a midfielder. Let's see. Are the 2 brainiacs in the midfield? Darn. Oh! And these fiends, dog. They immediately go for it. They're like, I smell a goal. Let's see. Darn. They're heading to the goal. Okay, Bachira. But then again, I know he scores, so I'm assuming he's going to tweak out here, right? Let's see. The twin aces are on the move. What's their next plan? Which of them will Bachira pass? As if I'd pass number ones. I cannot hit Bachira's voice with this nasal congestion, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, hopefully I'll be. I almost don't want to record because I hate sounding it. Does it sound that different to y'all? Because I know how I hear my voice versus how y'all hear my voice is fundamentally different just in general. Like, I've the way some people have described my voice to me versus how I hear it, I'm always like, I think I'm like 3 pitches higher and nowhere near that octave. But regardless, does it sound that different to y'all, or is it just me? Am I just being too hard on myself? At least to me, I can hear the nasal drip. And it bothers me. But Bachira's voice is very specifically nasally, so you think I'd be able to hit it easier right now, but actually, no, it's harder for me to hit the nasal. Let's see. As if I'd pass in number ones. Alright. Okay. Bachira, what? Okay, interesting. So Bachira was behind. Then Isagi and Rin both break forward. Bachira goes in to set up a false pass. Only to... Looks like he almost passes to himself here. Gets past this defender. Nutmeg goes in English. Nutmeg goes pencil. We can read. We can speak. That's not even reading. Nutmegging Onazi is crazy. And how did he even do this? Hold on. Because he's here. He passes to himself here. Nutmegs Onazi. And then I guess just books it behind. Like, I feel like there should be an after image drawn here. But this, he just based on the pathing here, he books it behind Onazi, passes it to himself again, presumably in this instance, and then does the same back heel flip he did back in the original U20 game. All to get past everybody. And notably, this is extra crazy because these are all relatively, well, I'm not sure how fast Kuso is, but Rin is actually kind of a pseudo-speedster, and Isagi, don't sleep, while his stats still aren't the best, he actually is one of the speedster archetypes. Remember, he broke through Ubers with Corona on sheer speed alone, and obviously Onazi has to be a speedster for what he does. So for Bachira, while having the ball, to break through these 4 and break past them? Bachira, when did your speed stat get this high, bro, Chacha? What? No way it's that easy. No way. No. I'm choking just like Nigeria's choking. Oh. Hold on 1 second. Woo! Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Oh, it's everywhere. But let's see. I cannot read what Kuso's saying there. Huh? Wait. It's time to spread it out for a minute. Huh? At the last minute, he forced his way through with an ad-lib? Soccer that fuses the strategic coordination of intellects with a totally egotistical finish. Oh, Bobana, bro. Oh, Bobana, you bomb. You bomb. This is the second time you've been clipped on. The match has just started, oh, Bobana. How do you keep getting clipped on? Let's see. And he just scores. And he just scores. Oh, darn. And people think this game's going to be close? Huh? I'm only on 314 part 2, which is back, because I'm playing it in, so I gotta hurry up. But, like, people think this game's going to be close? Like, close how? Close where? Close when? Like genuinely. What? Oh, this is good green earth, big bro. Like, what do you mean this game's going to be close? Y'all, how many are we even 3 like, technically, are we even 3 whole full chapters in? Dog. I don't even count 312 as really, like, I mean, technically the game starts because the kickoff, but realistically, the game started in 313. We're 2 chapters in and Blue Lock has already scored. Dog, has it even been 5 minutes? That's a game. Has it even been 5 minutes in universe, dog? Dog. This is the reborn Blue Lock with Yoichi Sagi at its core. But Bachira just going crazy. Okay. Not bad, monster. Gonna scatter my ego all over the... I mean, I get it, because, he's a bee. Buzz. So, like they scatter pollen over the field. That is, okay, I'll give it. I'm gonna be like... I'm about to hit him with that, hey, yo. But legally speaking, actually, it's kind of... It's kind of a bar. I'll give Bachira that. It's kind of a bar. It's kind of a bar. Scatter ego over the field, like a bee pollen. Yeah. On the W chapter. Yeah. So Bachira did score. I was not wrong about that. Those spoilers were correct. But luckily I didn't get spoiled a bunch of 315 at all. So I have no context with 315. This is the 314 part 2 had been out for a while. So of course I eventually somewhat crossed that. But it's not looking too hot for Niger. Please do better. Please do better. Let's see. Chapter 315. Oh Lord. Open. Once again, no more just casually flexing on me. Like, I don't know. Maybe... And I guess the thing is, though, whenever I do different art styles, it's literally just me opening my Sharingan and taking somebody else's art style, like, wholesale. Like, hold on. We're gonna get real meta for a second here. I am prepping for a Kingdom Hearts channel. And one of the things about that Kingdom Hearts channel is that I will not by I will not be there often, I mean, like, I will not be, like, facially on the screen that often. So... obviously, I make myself a little talking avatar, because if I were to try and find an associating scene for every single line I say in my many Kingdom Hearts videos, which especially are focused on the future, I would not be able to, because Kingdom Hearts 4 isn't real. But, with it being the case, I've gone through and made, like, a separate avatar, and notably, this is what I'd say my art style is verbatim, right? Like, this just is the art style, right? It's a harsh mix of some of my own detailing, some of Nakaba Suzuki's work, a good bit, I'd say, of recently, strangely enough, a little bit of Kei Arana's art style has leaked into mine, which is funny, because, like, I feel like I shouldn't have absorbed any of their art style, but, like, the way I design clothes now is loosely based on how they do their clothing designs. But, like, there's a lot of pieces of my art style that you can definitely be like, hey, I recognize this, from this, and that. But whenever Nomura draws like this is just, like, an entirely separate piece of Nomura's bag. like this is clearly Nomura still drawing, but it just looks completely different. Like these two characters, like you could take these 2 panels separately and like obviously cut out the Blue Lock jerseys and tell me like just looking at this guy's face, I would not assume that these 2 are from the same manga. And that's a good, once again, that's a good thing. That's Nomura saying, hey, don't think I'm a one trick. I can draw however I want to draw, and that's amazing. Let's see, chapter 315. What the heck? Go! Bachira! He goes like, he doesn't even he's like, exactly how I expected. He's like, no, but he's not even smiling. He's legit just, okay, you go. He's like, all according to Keikaku. Breaking past the 2 aces to smash in a preemptive goal. And he's a front. Yo, I need to learn how to flip, dog. I'm way too heavy to learn how to flip, so I won't be doing it now. I'm going to lose like 15 more pounds. But, dog, I want to learn how to flip so badly. But look at Bachira, dog. It's Japan's young king dribbling. Yo, I know every Yukimaya fan out there is in tears right now. Every Baro fan, Yukimaya, yo, specifically the Baro fans. I know some Baro fans are super mad right now. I know they're tweaking. There's one who I don't actually know personally, but I do want to check up on. I want to check out his thoughts. His name's Crocodile. I want to check out his thoughts about how he feels. Because I feel like Baro, Yukimaya, and technically, but those Baro and Yukimura, those two and their fan bases are very like, yeah, these guys are the best dribblers in Blue Lock. They're this, they're that, they're top of the line, top dogs. And I guess like the Chigiri fans on occasion, but I don't really. Notably, I'll think of Chigiri fans one thing. Outside the fact that they want their guy to break his leg, like notably, I've yet to see this single person. Okay, that's a lie. I've seen people, but I've yet to see a single person who is a Chigiri fan who also doesn't want his leg to end up broken. Like, what's wrong? Like, I'm a Chigiri fan. I like him. I don't want him to break his leg. But for some reason, a lot of you creatures are like, yeah, I can't wait for the broken leg. Why? Why? What did he do to you? Just like, why do you want to see that boy break his leg? But that aside, they're actually relatively humble. Like, I don't know. Chigiri fans, like, there's glaze. But I think it's because the narrative's glaze with Chigiri is so, like, straightforward that no one can really argue against it. Like, Chigiri's the fastest in the Blue Lock Project. Unless you're a delusional Zantetsu fan or a Yukimaya yucker, you're not arguing with, like, this has just been proven and stated over and over again. Meanwhile, things like dribbling, shooting, and all that, like, those are especially contentious within certain fan bases. But Bachira being called a young king dribbler, hey, I mean, it's all right. All right. Ooh, that's a pretty rough looking face from like Bachira, my boy. Hold on, buddy. What is that face? Where are your eyebrows? Wait, does Bachira not have eyebrows? No, he does. It's just they're so closely drawn to his eyes here. He looks. Hey. In fact, where's the ruler? There we go. I'm about to say I literally always have a ruler near me. Hey. Before I make this next joke and this next pseudo/insult, you can say it. You can say it. You can play a movie on it. Let's say. Let's go from my eyebrow to my fighting hairline. As you can tell, I desperately need a cut. But I got about 2.5. I got 2.5 inches of forehead myself, right? So like literally, I got darn near a quarter foot of forehead. Okay, so note I take this very lightly. But some about this image just don't look right because how fat his forehead is. Like. The bang saved Bachira, dog. He doesn't have the Vegeta cut, but jeez, my boy Bachira, that doesn't look right. Let's see. What's going on? Oh, wait. Bachira did train the kids, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Bachira Sensei. 44? I have 14 on my. Okay. 44 days earlier. Honeycomb Private Elementary School. Oh, private. Oh, okay. Some of the big leagues. Please, teach us about soccer. Woo! Yay! Okay, then let's try lifting first. You hit it with the top of your foot like this. Like this. See? Oh, see, notably, I never, even back when I did do soccer, never figured that out. Ever. I don't know. I was never very good with ball control. Just in general. But then again, I feel like young me didn't put too much effort into soccer. Not saying I could have been better, but like, I could have been better if I cared more. But then again, I just wasn't, funnily enough, until like track and field in high school, I wasn't really much of a sports guy in general, despite having to build for it. I don't know. It's weird. And I still remember so many people being like, you're a strange individual, Pencil Man. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm not. Let's see. Like this? Like this. Oh, I can't do it. I can't hit his lap either. You know what? Funnily enough, when I think about Bachira's the voice, it actually is also super nasally. But I just don't like that voice for Bachira. I don't know. I'll keep struggling with my own nostril pain. Let's see. Try to feel like you're playing. Don't think too much. Just feel it. That is, funnily enough, that is exactly how I describe art to most people. Because I've had some people ask me, especially because I mean, like, I've been practicing more and more because I've just been drawing every day. Notably, the more you do something, the better you get at it, or at least it becomes easier. Like, I've been able to. I already showed you the avatar. But let me even go with. Come here. Open that me. Where is that book? There it is. Let me see. Yeah. So in fact, this is a perfect example. So this is one of my KHOCs. In fact, he kind of is like the KHOC. His name is Adron, Prince of Darkness. Whole long story. I literally have like 156-page fanfic written about him. If you ever want any sort of further elaboration on that, feel free to ask. And I may make it like a little fanfiction channel where I literally just read my fanfic. I have like How long is the Fire Emblem fanfic? It's like 54 pages. I don't know what... I write fanfic in my spare time, alright? What can I say? I don't just read fanfic, I write. But... he obviously still is a little bit weird. He's got a very... Now that I look at him, he has a very Future Trunks-esque look. With the long hair and the coat and everything. That was not intentional, but now that I see it, I cannot unsee it. But notably, I banged this out in like 15 minutes. Where before, your boy couldn't do it. And I have multiple other drawings of like multiple other of my original characters that I can now just do because I've been practicing more and more and more. And people have seen this and they see me drawing and be like, well, Pencil Man, how do you do it? And I'm like, ball. Pick up a piece of paper and just do it. Like the best way I've been able to rationalize like drawing, especially if you are drawing an original character, especially if you're doing it with no references or minimal references, literally pick, and notably this is difficult for some, because I know some people do not have the ability to picture things in their head. My best friend, 14 going on 15 years, he literally doesn't know what I look like. If I'm not directly in front of him, he cannot picture me. He will recognize me, obviously, but he cannot like put an image of me up in his head. Or his own parents. Like, this isn't even just like, oh, you know, we've been best friends for 14 years, going on 15, but that doesn't mean, like, we're that close. No, he literally admits he doesn't have, like, not object permanence. He knows that things exist if they're not directly in front of him. But he doesn't have the mental ability to conjure an image in his head. Just like some people don't have an internal monologue. Like, notably, as you can tell by my yapping nature, my internal monologue is running 24/7. When it's not, I just flat face and look very, very annoyed for some reason. Like, that's me with no internal monologue going. But, with it being the case, some people don't have internal monologue, and some people can't picture things in their head. So, I wouldn't give this advice to him. For him, I'd literally just say, ball. But, the way I rationalize it, whenever I'm doing my own original characters, I literally just think of what they would look like in my head, in my little image space, and I try to copy that as if it were a reference. So, for Adron, I literally had his written description of what he looked like, and I was like, okay, we're gonna give him this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And then, he was there. That's it. So, notably, I don't blame Bachira for being like, man, just ball, bro, because sometimes you just gotta ball. Let's see. Especially for something that is so based around creative expression. Obviously, art and soccer are different, but they aren't so different in the fact that Bachira, you know, a genius dribbler, kind of just balls. He does it all based on feeling, right? So he would only say, don't think too much, feel it, because he doesn't think too much, he just feels it. Let's see. Feel, like this. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, darn. That's not bouncing the ball. That's nearly taking out one of your homies. This is boring. Wait a sec. I thought I got this. What's obvious to me isn't obvious to others, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. Drop the ball into whichever foot you prefer. Then hit it back up and catch it. Can you do that? Could I do that? I don't have a ball anywhere near me. I'd actually test that. If I had a ball near me. Let's see. Can you do it? Whoa, I did it! Yeah, that's good. I'm getting it. Once you get the hang of it, try kicking it twice before you catch it. Look, I used my knee. Next, see if you can increase it to 3 or 4 times. Yeah! That actually is a good way to break down the thought process. Interesting. Let's see. I get it. Learn by teaching. Understand what it's like to be a kid. To teach someone, you need to explain your own sensations in words. That lets you grasp what you're doing in terms of sensations, as well as what your own essential talent is. Oh, I never thought about it that way. Then again, I was never a good teacher. So, like, how would I explain drawing? And funnily enough, because I only recently went back to pencil, I've been so heavily focused on Sharpie drawing. How would I break it down? I would literally say draw one piece at a time, right? Can we get much help? I'm sorry. But, like, draw one piece at a time. So, if you are drawing a portrait, start with just the nose. What you want the nose to look like, how you want to do it. And if you're doing pencil, erase it over and over again. But if you're, like me, trying to get used to just drawing with ink, do it once and just keep going. Complete a step and keep it moving. If you don't like how the way it looks, especially if you're doing it in ink, you can alter it afterwards. It's just going to be really thick. Some of my ink drawings have super thick line work because I just don't like how the lines turn out. But ultimately, it's a matter of taking everything step by step. Especially when it comes to something like creating a piece. And notably, I'm no top tier artist. I'm like, if the artist's world is a rank of S tiers, well, we'll go with this, the full alphabet. A tiers as the top and Z tiers at the bottom. I'm probably like a solid, like, and I'm talking like full dedication. I sat down and really locked into it. I'm a solid probably like, maybe X tier. Like, Then you have like pencil. That's genuinely insane. You've been drawing for how long? Yeah, I've been drawing for a long time, but I'm not as cracked. Like there are people who are a fraction of my age who create genuine like museum-worthy works of art that I could never replicate. Oh, trust me, I've seen it. The internet showed me I'm not calm. But even with that, it's literally just from the idea of taking everything step by step and doing everything one at a time, and then doing it over and over and over and over and over again. You know how many like. I'm sorry, I'm getting so deep into this, but I haven't recorded for a while, so I've had all these thoughts chilling in my head. Let me see. Where? But here's a character I've been drawing a whole bunch for no reason. In fact, literally this just became his new base design because I didn't like his other design anymore. This is Ario. He's my free red OC. I have like 50 different drawings of this guy. Some digital, some in ink, some without ink, some of him fighting, some of him like just a whole bunch of drawings of him. Why? Because I don't know, I just get better every time I draw him. I'm just more and more used to his shapes and his forms and how he specifically looks like. You just do things over and over and over and over and over again. And that's not even, if it's not how you get better, because it'll be, I remember my track and field coach, he always used to say, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. So as long as you keep doing something, you're just going to get more and more used to doing it. So I just draw the same guy. Now I'm branching out and taking the experience I have from drawing him to my other OCs, like Adron, who I drew forever ago. And I was just like, you know what, let me just sit down and draw him one time. And I drew him. So ball one step at a time. And I guess, ironically enough, speaking of ball and one step at a time, that's the same thing for Bachira here. He's breaking it down into steps and being like, okay, if you cannot juggle the ball like this, or lift the ball like this, then we'll just break it down step by step until how you can do it. Let's see. Ego-san gave me this homework to help me discover the sense of wonder that's already inside me. In that case, it's not passing or trapping or shooting. Okay, kiddos, now try to steal it from me. Okay. No more lifting, I guess. Let's see. The essence of my soccer talent is dribbling. I guess you may have never realized that, but yeah, Bachira, no doubt. Let's see. Wow, cool. Wait, Bachira. It's not like anybody taught me the source of my fun. I'll make dribbling my ego and become number 1 in the U20. I'll give you making dribbling your ego. Number 1 in the U20, though, buckaroo. Hold on. Let me, in fact, let me, this ain't a double negative, by the way. This is not multiplying these two negatives. This is just doubling up. Negative plus a negative. Let me, you see which buttons I'm pressing? Hold on. It's hard to focus. Focus, new camera. I just ripped out the box and didn't do any adjustment for because I need to record badly. You can clearly see this one. That's one. Where is it? Oh, it's so bright. It's so bright. That's why you can't see it. There we go. Let me hit it for the 2 time. Hit it for the 2 time. Funny how this has X on the bottom, this has X on the top. But we're pressing X down on both of those. Sorry, Buckaroo. But dribbling his ego, very interesting, very interesting. So he is truly fully speccing into that original base point. And he is, funnily enough, he is actually continuing his evolution from Barcha, where he's making his own lead. As he said, you really think I'm going to pass to you guys? Like, who do you think you are? And he went on and scored his own goal. Like he was still running the team himself. Even if Isagi's the heart of the team, even if Aiku's the captain, ultimately, the Bachira is a person who chose, what's the phrasing I'm looking for? Bachira is a person who chooses his own destiny. And in that way, he'll do whatever he can to win. Let's see. Nigerian forward, Onazi. Let's see. This guy rules! Onazi? Onazi, you're getting your backbone out of Onazi. Let's see. They caught us off guard. Let's try again. Time to strike back. Let's go. Alright, guys. Trust in me. No! Onazi! They shouldn't just trust in you. Isagi literally gave you the blueprint. He literally... Funnily enough, there was a compilation I saw, like a slideshow, that pointed out that for some reason, and it is definitely some reason, I don't know why he did this either, Isagi just randomly decided during the Ubers match to start yapping about Metavision to everybody. He was like, hey, Nico, do you use Metavision? What's Metavision? Here, let me explain it to you. And then Aiku was listening. And then, he was just talking. He was just spilling the beans everywhere to the opposing team. I was like, why would you do this? And he kind of did the same thing here. He just revealed that at least he, and presumably the brainiacs in the midfield and every other person with a working set of eyes, is like, oh yeah, Onazi's the person to lock down. The rest of the team's kind of buns. So no, Onazi, telling everyone to believe in you, while nice and idealistic, isn't realistic. You need to diversify, buddy. Please. Like, and obviously, you've seen that Japan diversified. Bachira was nowhere to be found these last 2 chapters, and then he came in and scored. So let's see. Trust in me. Okay, Chigiri. Ooh, Chigiri on the run up. Let's see. And what a Chigiri on the run up, on the restart. And isn't he supposed to be a right back? And he's supposed to be in the defensive line. Look what this man is. All right, so let's see. Okay, Kuso. Schmixing Bachira. All right, Kuso. Whee, you've got skills, mister. As we move the midfield with me as the axis, I have to keep my eyes on Yoichi Isagi. We will revise our game strategy to get the ball to an... But what? But, you know, I get it. Like, obviously, you have your star players, right? Like, notably, I don't know how soccer works fully, but, like, obviously, one way or another, you want the ball to end up at Messi's feet. You want the ball to end up at Ronaldo's feet. You want the ball to end up at Roberto Carlos' feet. Once again, I don't know too much about the guy. I'm not sure if I've used it. He's a bug. But, essentially, I know, like, you have a star player, you want to get the ball to the star player. But, like, if your star player can be counted, right? Because I know there are some times where, like, the ball ends up in somebody's hands and you can't do anything about it. Like, obviously, I know more about basketball than I do about soccer. If Shaq had the ball and Shaq was going to the rim, other than, like, yeah, man, who are you putting on that man? No other person wants to die, all right? Like, what did he say to Reggie? Hey, Reggie, you want to die? No one wanted to go up there with Shaq and get posterized out of this universe. That man was bringing down backboards on people. It was genuinely a health risk to try and go up against him. But if your star player does have counters or can be read, like Onazi, centering everything around it just isn't the best, man. Like Kusa, you ain't got no other options? Not a single, like, you can't score? Dog, aren't you an offensive midfielder? Let's see. No, Yoichi Isagi touching it. Okay, but Yoichi Isagi's not the only one you have to worry about. Let's see. Oh! Are you? All right, let's see. All stand in your way. Oh? What's next? Onazi, you should not be disengaged, dog. You are currently down. Let's see. I studied a secret weapon, a secret art, English. I studied a new secret art during the 14 days Jinpachi Ego gave me. One that's used by defenders in one-on-one showdowns. Oh, intriguing. Tell me more. Let's see. Judo's principle of... Oh, so what? So wait. Why did Bachira have 44 days? But am I tweaking? Why did Bachira have 44 days? What was it 44 days ago for him? But then... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, because it was 14 days... Oh, I'm sorry. It was 14 days for their own individual training periods. Then they all came back to Blue Lock as, like, a group to train together. That's why. Okay, let's see. Interesting that he got that concept down in 14 days. Are you? Look at you. Let's see. Judo's principle of spacing. By reading the tiny movements of an opponent's body and gaze, you can sense their next action. When combined with my defensive soccer techniques. Ah! Wait a second. Did he just... Wait a second. Did he just put... Wait! Did he just open the domain expansion everyone wanted Yuji to get? Did he just actually... Wait. The one-on-one map principle? Wait, let's see. I become an impassable embodiment of martial arts. Okay, this is a crazy fire battle. I like that. The way they both vanish, but Aryu actually keeps up. Whew! I guess I'm not getting past you, big man. You gave it back quick? Oh, no, it was one interaction! I know he's big. But, like, dog, fight. Like, aren't you fat? What? Bro said, no, I'm not doing this. Dude! Believe in you, except the second someone actually managed to be caught for half a second. You're like, dog! Let's see. Interesting, though. Onazi does, like, do any of them have any sort of vision types? I don't know. Let's see. Give me an idea, Kuso. You're giving it back to Kuso. Oh, no. Let's see. Very well. Or... Kuso, I swear, bro. I swear. If you get clip farmed on again, I'm gonna reach into the spot and smack you! This is the second time this happened. First it was Karasu. Oh, wait. Yeah, first it was Karasu. And now it's you, buddy. Let's see. Or no, now it's Nico. Let's see. Huh? Not as well as you thought. You're obviously the one to crush. This is not Nico's voice. What on earth was that? What on earth? This is what happens when you don't record. Voices just leave. What on earth was it? What on earth did I give English for Nick? What? Not as well as you thought. You're obviously the one to crush. This is going to be Nico's voice from now on. From now on, or this review exclusive. I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't remember Nico's voice. Let's see. You're obviously the one to crush. What's with him? I can't push. His core is tougher than it looks. How's this tiny guy so You mean to tell me... Hold on. I'm out of camera. You mean to tell me that Nigeria, the team that is very specifically built around its whole casting crew, having dumb, stupid high specs to make dumb, stupid plays that ultimately work because Onazi's crap, and their captain, and their midfielder, is being out-muscled by a 15-year-old? What? Nigeria out-muscled? This game's over. There's no... If Japan gets possession of this ball, Nigeria may flat out outscore. I mean, like, they have to get one. But, like, notably, do they, though? Because we also technically do need a Gagamaru reflex, right? Like, we do low-key need a Gagamaru reflex. So, will they even get one? Is Nigeria actually going to get swept? Like, I was leaning, like, a 4-1, maybe a 5-1, maybe a 6-2, if we're feeling generous. Like, Onazi scores 1, and Kuso awakens and he scores 1. But, dog. And the only one to pop out even a lick of Medvedev so far was Isagi. And then immediately led to a goal. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And I know Aiku had it in 314 part 1. Let's see. How's this tiny guy so jacked? Nico Ike-sama, your brain is exceptional. Build yourself a body to match. He did that in 14 days? Oh! Like... Then again, maybe then again, he is young. But, notably, I'd say now I'm probably, like, stronger than the average individual. And I've always kind of been stronger than the average. I'm a big dude, alright? I'm 6'1", arguably 6'2". I have cousins who are 6'1", who claim they're 6'1". But every time I go to the doctor, I get, like, 6 foot and 3/4, sometimes 6'1". But cousins claim they're 6'1". I stand next to them. I'm visibly taller than them. So, like, possibly 6'1", 6'2". Currently sitting, unfortunately, at like 233 because I'm very undisciplined and I love food. So, like, I've always been just a bigger, stronger guy than most. Even back when I was small and light, I was just bigger and stronger than most. But now I go to the gym literally every single day. Today was push day. I hadn't gone for a few days because I was away from home. Then, thusly, my back has kind of been in agony, and being sick has not helped that. So, like, I sneezed earlier today, and I felt like every single back muscle immediately seized up. But that aside, I'm relatively beefy, I'd say. Decently strong. But I was nowhere near comp in like 14 days. Nico, you take roids, brother, to be out muscling. Like, look at this. Kuzo's veins are popping, dog. Your whole thing is physical stats, and you're getting out muscled by a 15-year-old dog. Nigeria, why are you so butt? Let's see. It was simple. I just did a whole lot of... And he's doing it in base! Do you see Metavision? He's doing it in base. Let's see. Oh no, he's the new Kunigami. No! Kuso! Why your design was so fire? Let's see. The defensive line has evolved past our data. Darn. You actually rely on data? Okay, so maybe you can awaken Metavision. Notably, I had sort of a headcanon that all of Nigeria were just geniuses, based on the fact that they just rely on physical stats and don't seem to think for at least 5 seconds. But maybe at least Kuso could be a Metavision user. Probably way too little too late. But yeah, he got clip farmed on and lost the ball again! Let's see. Don't let him pass to Yoichi Isagi. They aren't like you, Kuso. They aren't like they aren't a bunch of bums. They have multiple... Like, did you see Ren? You have data. Like, you say here you have data. Do you really think Yoichi's the only valid threat if he gets the ball? Huh? Let's see. There you are. Who are you? Who are you? What's your name, buddy? Let's see. There you are. Oh? You don't mind leaving this open? Once again, all in base, mind you. All in base. If we see a Metavision user at the end of this match, someone's scoring it. Someone's scoring again next chapter. Let's see. Just an immediate straight shot. Oh, okay. Kamlo. Ooh, Torreya. Huh. Nice long pass. Spot on, Nico-chan. Go, chameleon. Okay. As you can tell, the voices are just completely off. The nasals getting me. But, okay, Rayo. Let's see you cook that. Let's see you cook. And an interesting duo. Like, Nico and Rayo, not a duo I think of, but it makes sense. All right. It's not starting with Yoichi Isagi? Almost as if they aren't... Yo, why is this man mogging so hard? Yo, hold on. I feel like I gotta go mog for mog with this man. Yo, why is he? If you can't tell what I'm talking about, I mean, my mouse is hovering on, but let's see if we can get a zoom in on this fellow. Hold on, buddy. I cannot. I'm not gonna mess. The setup is too fresh to mess with it. But why is this man mog with me? But no, dog, Huso. They're not starting with his Yoichi side because they don't need to. Because they have guns. Let's see. Watch out! They could pass anywhere. But who is this guy? I actually don't know this guy, but his design does look fire. Is this the guy who was like silhouetted? Let's see. Initiate. Copy. Come on. Alright. No. Nagi's in the stadium right now. Wait. Original. Come on. Original egotist. Done copy pasting? Let's go. But yo, I wouldn't blame Nagi if he dove from wherever Bodhisattva is onto the pitch and started beating Rail with a stick, bro. First you block him. You hardline block him. And then you immediately go to the man who locked him off. Oh, I know Nagi's heart is screaming right now. Nagi's in the, it should have been me, not him. Darn, but Rail, man, he knows how to follow the strongest, I suppose. But all right, an immediate double Bachira copy? Okay. But then again, I wonder what is Rail gonna score? Is Bachira gonna score? Or maybe because I feel like Isaki and Rin, they have to be a part of like the first 2 or 3 goals, right? But maybe not. I was not expecting Bachira to score, so let's see. Let's go, buzz, double Bachira formation. What the heck? So that's why the chapter is titled that. It ended with that. But all right, that's the end of the chapter. Yeah, no, duh. Shock horror, blue lock, PK. Okay. So for meta reference and why everything looks off and weird, I actually have a genuine webcam. So it is sitting on my main monitor. So that like I have to look here, but OBS is on my second screen, which is to my left. So is why I'm looking here. That gives a better illusion to me, like looking at the manga chapter that I'm reading. But also where my camera used to be, where you're at a slightly different angle than before, is over here, all the way to my right, where the ring light is. The ring light is not centered, which is why half of me is in shadow, half of me is in light. I need to figure out how to set up the ring light so it's behind the camera. Because I'm not looking at the camera to the ring light. No, we're not doing that. But overall, I actually do like the camera so far. It didn't lag once. I've had my moments. Obviously, I've had to zoom in a whole bunch for OBS. So the quality isn't the best. Once again, I'll finagle it some more. There's so many things I do want to do. I need to cut badly, bro. It's literally only been 2 weeks since my last cut. I need to cut horrifically. So I'm like, bleed. But all that being the case, a W set of chapters. Naturally, it's not looking good for Nigel. And like, I'm hurt. My heart goes out to him. But like, what did I really expect? Like. Obviously, they're going to be jobbers. Unfortunately, England and France are just too narratively important. It's just the way it's all structured, right? Like, it has to go this way. So, I just hope they go down fighting. Because right now, it looks like they're going down for the free. But ultimately, if you've made it all the way to the end of this chunker of a video, please do me a favor and leave "Stole Ya Man." I mean, that's literally how this chapter ends. Stole Ya Man. In the comment section down below. And then thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that notification post you not miss out on every video that comes to the channel. Also, you have a Patreon below where you can support me for as low as $1. Get them on. Now on. These exclusive videos, early content, and more. So now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions here, the series I'm to review, and variations of all my videos. And if you become a $25 patron, $25 patron, $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also the link to my co-fund stream below. Drop 5 views on a short video, 20 views on a whole video, or any views. All support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That on the Pencil, writing off.
I would like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Redwolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Uda, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Plant Crone, G Prosper, Swift Strike, Strikeman, and Autumn Mornings Lazo, Cree Panem, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, and Azo2404. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Dread Zoan, A+A, and Victor Raji. And then I'd like to give a thank you to our ink tier members: Austin Wimberly, Auchia, and Shrimpo the Shrimp. With a long, juicy, thick, hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Joaquin Munoz and Joaquin Munoz. With a final gargantuan, legendary, super grumdeliumptious thank you to our glorious, legendary, handsome, costume glazing king, Calvin Elder.